Hello children, welcome to another class of computer. In this video, we'll continue with the second part of chapter 2 types of software. In the previous video, I tried to explain you what is software and about the system software, the types that is utility programs, operating system and language processor, then the types of operating systems also we have learned. Okay, now in this video, we will learn about application software, okay, and its types. Right, children. So what is application software? Application software is again a set of programs, children, which is developed by the programmer in the computer programming language, okay, in order to perform certain specific jobs, certain specific or the special jobs only. Unlike the system software, it does not operate the computer, it does not control the overall activities of the computer. It has nothing to do with others, it has to do its own job, own specific job. Okay, so this is the application software. In short, we call it apps. Okay, now this is again of two types, children: general purpose application software and special purpose application software. Now in brief, I want just give you one difference between these two. General purpose application software is such software, children, which fulfills or which completes the general needs of the people. Okay, like for example, making a document, that is a general need of all the office people, all will be requiring that. Okay, for making a presentation, that is the general need of all the people, all the office people, all the business people, all those who are working computer to make a presentation. So all will be requiring. So that is the general purpose computers, which fulfills the general needs of the people. And special purpose computer, children, they fulfill the special needs of the people. They are prepared by the programmer for the special organization, for their special purpose, and this is not available freely in the market for everyone. This is for that particular organization or the particular person who has ordered it. He will get it, he or she will get it, right? Okay, and this general purpose is freely available in the market for anyone in the computer stores. You can buy and get installed it in your computer. So here, the general purpose computers, there are many examples of this. The first one here, children, is word processing software. The logo of the word processor is given here, children. You know that we are using this. I have taught you this in class 4 also, children. This is MS Word, that is Microsoft Word is the example of this, and latest version is 2016. WordPad, these are the two examples. So learn two examples of each. Now what is the function of word processing software? Is to create professional looking document. Means these processors are used, just now we are learning in the school how to use it, but when you become a professional, you are doing a job, okay, office people, they use it for creating nice documents for their office work or profession, right? And it can be used very efficiently and very easy. You can do the formatting, you can change it, you can add and delete something from there, you can rearrange it, you can beautify it, and then you can take out the hard copy also of the document. Now moving ahead is the electronic spreadsheet, children. The examples are given here: Excel 2016, Lotus 123, at least two examples you learn of each. The logo of Excel is like this here with the X here. Now what is the role of this, what is the function of this electronic spreadsheet? Is to help user to perform calculations. So if you want to do any calculation work, you use this software, that is electronic spreadsheet software, for doing calculation. And it also represents all the calculations or all the data in the tabular form. It represents in the form of tables, and that it represents in the form of graphs, so that you can compare the values very easily. Let me show you some pictures of over here of this Excel sheet, and before that this Word document. It's something, this is a Word window, and you can make documents like this. Okay, now moving ahead, this is the Excel window, and here you can see here city 1, city 2, and here all the data is collected here like this in the tabular form. You can do it, you can do the calculations also. And here down you can see this is the graphical form, graphical representation of this. Here the bars are very small given, it can be big or small in size also, so that helps you to compare the data very nicely. Okay children, now we'll go ahead with the next application software, general purpose application software, that is a database management system. Okay, so database, that it is the logo of one example is given here, that is Access, which is commonly used. Access 2016, developed by Microsoft company. Fox Pro, at least 2 examples you should know. Okay, so this type of software creates database files. Okay, the files which is called database, and the database, what does it do? It helps us to arrange and store large amount of data, children. Okay, in an organized manner means in a proper manner, which can, so that we can easily get any data anytime, we can access it very easily. Okay, so here you can add here, do the new entries in it. You can arrange it alphabetically also. You can print it out, and you can search for any data very easily in that. I'll just give you an example here. I have collected one picture for you for this. Okay, I'll just show you. Okay, yes, so this is a database file, children. Here, this is a database file of a school, children. Here, what happens in this? Here, I'll just zoom it for you. You can see here the name of all the children are given. So from LKG to class 10, all the students' names are there, when they have joined, their registration number, their addresses. This is just an example, okay, which what you're seeing in the screen. Their mobile numbers, their address, okay, their class and all. So such big document, big data files are prepared for with all the names. So this is done using database management system. Okay, children, now getting back to the next one. Here, presentation software, children. This is the fourth one I'm saying, presentation software. Now the logo is given here, children, of the presentation with the P here. Okay, and this software helps us to create presentation including slides. Okay, this helps us to display our data or idea. We can speak our idea to the audience in a very lively and interesting manner by showing them slides, children. Okay, so examples are PowerPoint 2016 that you'll be learning in this class, children. Okay, you have learned a little about this in class 4 also. Adobe Flash. Okay, so this is the presentation software. Okay, I'll get back to you with the picture after doing one more application software. Now, desktop publishing software, children. This is the application software again, which is used for combining both text and the graphical features. That means this type of documents will have text in a beautifully written text along with the pictures, the graphics, the designs, just like you see in the magazines. Okay, so this is used for preparing magazines, posters, brochures, books, advertisement, or the newsletters. That can be done by this desktop publishing software. You can learn the example: Corel Draw, Adobe InDesign. Okay, now let me show you the picture of these two. Right here, children, I'll just show you the picture of this. Yeah, presentation software, I think I missed here. You have the slides in that, and you can show the slides one by one, children. Okay, fine. Now this is desktop publishing software, where you can see here this lady is preparing pamphlets or the posters for any, I think, restaurant or okay, ramen recipes like that. Okay, so this way the posters can be made using desktop publishing software, and this is the file of desktop publishing software. Right, children? Now moving ahead, children, I'll take you back to this page. Now, graphics software, children. Graphics software is for creating images or pictures or drawings. Like for example, MS Paint you are using, Photoshop you are using, where you can enhance any picture. Okay, and then multimedia software, children. It is used for creating videos or animation, means cartoon movies like this. It can prepare, you can view it also using this. Okay, like you can prepare games also. So example is game software or Windows Media Player. The logo is given on the sides of every different type of software. Let me show you this a little. Okay, here is this picture. Now to enhance this picture, you can use this graphics software, by which you can enhance the beauty of the picture. You can format it, you can put some designs, you can change the color scheme, you can change the sharpness, okay, and make it more beautiful. Okay, you can draw pictures using graphics software. Okay, like drawing you can do like this, nice drawings you can do. Okay, and multimedia, children, you can prepare videos also. Like you can shoot the videos, and then you can edit the videos. You can join two videos like this. You can do formatting with the videos, and also the pictures also you can collect, and one by one you can run, and it will look like as if a video is going on. So this is called animation, children. Okay, so this way you can use this software. Now coming back to our next point here, that is Okay, I'll take you back to the next point here. Yes, now the second type of application software which we have discussed earlier was special purpose application software, children. That is also called customized, means which can be prepared according to the need of the user. So according to the special need of the user, so special types of software can be prepared, that is called special purpose application software. By the programmer it is developed. Examples are Tally, Busy, and some you can see here railway reservation system, because every reservation system like railways, airline, they have different form of tickets, so they want a special software for their organization only. Like billing system, every hotel and restaurant have a different kind of billing system, so they want the particular software to be in their organization. Payroll system and salary system of every organization is different. Okay, every institution is different. In your school also the school reports are prepared. Sophia's has a different way of putting up the report, other schools have a different way of putting up the report. So we have our own software which is specially designed for our school, so that is special purpose application software. Now moving ahead, children, let's discuss about operational support system, OSS, that is operational support system, children. This is also a software which is used in multi-user operating system, which we have learned in a previous video. That is a multi-user operating system where many computers are connected to the main computer. So this software, no, operational support system, OSS, this is installed in the main computer, that is a server computer. And what is the role of this? The role of this is to support the network processes, like all the devices are properly connected, all the network devices, all the cables, cable lines, and the Wi-Fi system or the network system is running properly or not. Any faults appear, it manages it. Okay, all right, so all this setting up, it checks, it monitors that. Okay, and it operates that, right? So this is the work of operational support system, which is a software for maintaining the network processes in a multi-user operating system. Now here are two terms here, children, here fragmentation, and in the next we will study about defragmentation. Now what is this fragmentation? Now children, as you know, operating system controls the overall activities of a computer. It controls the hard disk also, the storage space also. Okay, which file will go in which space and where it will be stored. All this is managed by the operating system. Sometimes children, we have a lot of storage in the hard disk and there is less space in the hard disk to store, and then there is a need of ours to store very big file. Okay, now there is no space, continuous space in the hard disk to store that big file. In that case, operating system does what? It breaks the file, or you can say it fragments the file into parts, and wherever it is getting space in the hard disk, it is storing that part. Okay, so that is called fragmentation, means breaking or fragmenting the file into multiple parts so that it can be stored in the space available on the hard disk, but it not in a continuous area. That is called fragmentation. But children, now if you want to get back the file, then we cannot see the file in those different parts. We have to put it in one part again. Okay, one whole again. So that is called defragmentation. The fragmented data can be rearranged. So whenever now the operating system is getting a full continuous space, then it is rearranging those parts and then putting them together as one file at one place so that it can easily be accessed by the user. Okay, so this defragmentation is done automatically by the computer or by the operating system. On a regular basis it is done, but if you want it very urgently and according to your need, you can do it also with the help of the following steps. First, you have to click the start button, and in the start menu you have to select Windows Administrative Tools. Then you have to go to select from there defragment and optimize drive. Following window will appear in front of you, children, this window, where you have to select the drive which you want to defragment. Abhi aapko drive now you have to select which you want to defragment, means if there are any broken parts of any file, it should come together. You want to do it urgently. Then you can select that drive, and then you can hit this button which is called, I'll just show you here, which is called optimize button. When you click this button optimize, then the defragmentation process of that drive, means whatever files are stored in that drives, the defragmentation of that file will start. okay, and will take few minutes to finish the task. Okay, so that is called defragmentation, means to rearrange and consolidate, to bring together the parts of the files into one continuous area or contiguous area on the hard disk free space. Okay, that is called defragmentation. So that is it with the chapter, children. I hope you have understood the chapter. Now go through the underlined things in the chapter, and then make your understanding strong by this, and learn the back exercises and the chapters, children. Here I'm sending you the practice test also on the eCare Pro app, so do complete the practice test. Okay, in your make one test copy for computer and write your all the practice test in that, and do practice and write the answers and prepare yourself for the examination. Right, children? Thank you.